Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, JT, and this is Black Box Trading. It's been a while. It's been at least a week since I was on the live stream last. Just a lot of travel, as you can see by my lush background here. I'm not currently in Dubai, currently in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Spending the summer here, most of the summer months here, then back off to Asia. But anyways, you guys don't care about that. Bitcoin, what did we say? What did we say the last time we went on the stream? We said that week we were going to bust through 100K. A few days later, we broke above 100K. Are we going to continue up to higher levels, or have to forgive me here? I don't have my proper microphone, so we're going through these joys. I'm sure. I hope it doesn't sound too crappy on your end, but we got to do what we got to do. We got to get live on the stream here. So audio be damned. We're going to do it. All right, let's take a look at the king of all crypto. That is Bitcoin. All right, start things off here on the daily. Are we going to break past all-time highs? If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I've been calling this entire rally since we were down from 74. I said if we break out of this, that is going to trigger a rally that will result in an all-time high. So if you ask me, what do I think is going to happen next? We're going to break past all-time highs. We're just inside of a consolidation right here, a little bit of a bull flag on our way to higher levels. And all systems go. Everything looks good to me. When we turn on the Alpha Metrics indicator, we are on top of the 7. The 7 has been our holy grail of support. We keep holding on top of this 7, consolidating right on top of it. We might do one of these where you kind of dip below, get above, dip below, and then take off. Who knows? We'll have to see in the coming days. But ultimately, at this point in time, let's just quickly go over to the monthly chart. This month has 17 days left in it. This month will close, in my opinion, at least with a candle body close higher than 102, which would be a massive signal to the market for continuation. But I think that this candle body will close at a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Still 17 days left in this candle. Plenty of price action left in front of us, but ultimately that's where I think we will land. So going back over to the daily, what are we looking at here? Let's actually go to the 4-hour. What we're looking at is a bull flag. Is it a clean cut bull flag? No, but Bitcoin, every single consolidation that it has done so far, and I wonder if that's just because the market's not convinced that we're in a bull market. We're kind of in that disbelief phase, which is exactly where you want to be, by the way. You want the market to be in disbelief. I believe the market is in disbelief, and that just sets us up for a whole multi-month bull market. It sets us up for a whole multi-month up only trading environment where everything breaks to the upside. That's what you want to see. So, with that being said, the market is not convinced. So you get these kind of sloppy consolidations where it looks very distributional. Let me kind of illustrate what it is that I mean. Let's remove alpha numerics here for just a moment. And let's just focus on what the consolidations look like. So usually like a textbook clean consolidation will be something where the volatility is decreasing, right? Where it's just, some sort of triangular formation where there's a series of lower highs and a series of higher lows that resolves to the upside. That's a clean consolidation. But what you don't want to see is kind of something that breaches different levels and it's kind of random. And that's exactly what Bitcoin's doing. Now, it's not anything bearish, but it just shows that there's a lot of selling taking place, which is a good thing. You want that selling to take place. You want that supply to be removed, and you want the bulls. You want the supply to be removed so that the intrinsic demand is takes over in the order books. Just mark us up. Volume is so low. Can you turn it up? On my end, it looks fine. Sound almost unusable. Can you be more specific? Unusable because it's quiet? What do you mean? Let me just see if I can increase the gain a wee bit. It's a little off too. Hey, you know, this is, it is what it is. This is the best that I can do right now until I get my microphone back. So you guys are just going to have to take the alpha in this really, really low quality audio. I mean, you can feel free to join the Discord where we're sharing all this stuff in real time. Got a little echo behind your voice. It's like 10% of what it was during the intro music. I don't know. There's only so much I can do. Let me add a little bit more. Test, 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 test. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's better. As far as the quality, I can make it louder, but the quality is what it is. Like I said, I'm talking through a headset microphone, so it is what it is. All right, so where are we with price action? So the consolidations have been sloppy, is the point that I was trying to make. This consolidation you saw, you know, we had a high, we had a low, we had a higher high, we had a lower low. So that's not a characteristic of accumulation. It was looking like distribution, and people went short, or they were just not bullish, and boom, we went up to the next impulse where we had a high, a low, a higher high. This one was a little bit cleaner. We had a breakout and then came back down for a low, a little bit cleaner, and then ultimately resolved to the upside. And then here we are again with this inconsistent pattern. So, you know, a high, a low that is breaking kind of a support level. Is this going to resolve to the upside? I think so. Personally, I believe that this is all going to resolve to the upside until we get to levels probably around 125 to maybe even the extended targets up to 150. Yes, you heard that right. I am not expecting a pullback until we get to 120 to $150,000 for the price of Bitcoin. So that's and any of the pullbacks, you know, it's not going to be a change of trend. So to make it a little bit more clear here, you know, we have an uptrend here, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We can pull back, but it'll still be a higher low, and it'll still resolve to the upside. And any of the dips moving forwards till we get to that 125 to 150 will be bought up by the bulls, in my opinion. I just think that the market is stacked bullish. The interest is very low. If you take a look at open interest, sorry, I didn't have a chart set up here, but if you take a look at open interest, there is no leverage in the system right now. So we are ticking up very organically, very naturally. And once we start to compound some leverage into the system, that's when we're really going to rally. It also sets the stage for a real pullback. But like I said, I'm not expecting any of that in the coming weeks. Now it's fine, goodbye. Same but louder. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with the quality. It is what it is. It's like, just pretend we're having a phone conversation. It's you and me. We're just hanging out, talking on the phone, because that's basically what it sounds like. No deep reverb or anything in the mic. Can you make a chart analysis on Monero? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But let's finish up with Bitcoin here. So taking a look here on the hourly, we're long. I mean, we're spot long, heavily long spot. But we did take a leveraged position here, currently underwater on the leveraged position, took it at 103.7, currently sitting at 103.1. But yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, it's just looking good, guys. It's just looking good. There's nothing bad that I can say about Bitcoin. Like, even just the weekly is shaping up to look beautiful. Like, look at this chart. We're about to close. I mean, we did close the highest weekly price this cycle. Was it? No. The close 104 and the close 104.480, 104.080. Ooh, we were $400 off of an all-time high for the weekly candle body close. But regardless, like, looking at the the monthly, like this is such a clean chart, guys. It doesn't get any better than this. Just look at it. Here, let's put it into perspective here on this chart. Like there's nothing to be bearish about. This is setting up for continuation. This is continuation. This is nothing. This is just, we haven't even experienced acceleration here in Bitcoin. Like this is acceleration. This is the condition we are about to enter into. See these large bars, these large monthly candle bars? That's what we're setting up for right now. Let's actually just take, let's just take these candles. We want the bars. This is what we're setting up for. $300,000 Bitcoin, anybody? This is more accurate if you take geopolitics into consideration. This was the last time Donald Trump took office. There was also a trade war with China during that time. A lot of people seem to forget that. So if we take, you know, Donald Trump's acceleration phase into the all-time high, we'd be looking at $750,000 a coin. I don't know. The fact that people are sidelined, the fact that there are actually bears out there, the fact that people think that, you know, if we do break out, it'll be to 120 and that's it, boggles my mind. Like, you guys are fucking noobs. You don't know what you're talking. I'm not talking to you. Like, a lot of the people who watch this channel know how bullish I am, and they agree that we are about to see surprising levels. But there's a couple of people out there that just, it boggles my mind how you can be so bearish. Like, oh, there's no way Bitcoin could go to $500,000. Why? It's a 5x. You know how easy it is for Bitcoin to do a 5x? Bitcoin's done 20x's. Bitcoin's done 50x's. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard, especially with the supply shock that we're seeing here. Did you read that Coinbase is on the S&P 500? Yes, I did. Nice to be live with you this time. Yeah, we're in a very different time zone now. We're in North America, which is where the majority of my audience is. Shout out to you guys, by the way, for you know, following me for so long while I travel into all of these time zones that nobody seems to be awake in. But for the next couple of months, you guys get me right in the middle of the day. It's going to be good. I'm a 120 guy. Wow. There is a local low at 102 500. Got a lot of, sorry, I'm just catching up with the chat. We got a lot of people talking today. That's what happens when you go away for a week. Is it just me or is it super quiet? I don't have my mic. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. We're doing the best that we can here. I have everything cranked. I'm sorry. You just got to turn it up. But I hope you prove me wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times. Yeah, there's nothing like being wrong with being, like too conservative. I think that Bitcoin is going to shock a lot of people. Like, even hardcore Bitcoiners are going to be shocked. Where are you now, by the way? I'm in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Well, it's hard to make. Okay, so KB, it's hard to make a 5x with a market cap of 2 trillion, isn't it? No. Market cap, and it's a very common thing. So market cap, let's actually get the target. So what we're trying to do here, calculator. So $500,000 times 21 million is a $10 trillion market cap. We're at a $2 trillion market cap. So in what most people think is we need $8 trillion to go into Bitcoin for us to go up another $8 trillion. Logical assumption, right? But no, market cap is a calculation based off of the last price paid for Bitcoin. It is not a reflection of how much money went in. It is not a reflection of how much money came out. Everything in this world is worth as much as somebody is willing to pay for it. And we have things out there like exchanges and order books to help increase the efficiency of deciding what the price of something is. So the price of Bitcoin is the last, or the market cap of Bitcoin is the last price paid times 21 million. And that's the market cap of Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with capital injection. It has nothing to do with how much money is actually available for you to take out and sell. No. So with the amount of Bitcoin in circulation right now, there is not a lot of Bitcoin. And we are setting the stage for a lot of demand. There's a lot of institutions getting on board. There's a lot of financial products that are going to be offered. You said so yourself. No, it was Jasper. Wait, who was talking the Coinbase? Anyways, the Coinbase comment, there's a lot of these. Bitcoin is going to become a strategic play for the stock market to get companies onto the S&P with how heavy they go into Bitcoin. Where you're going to see a mania in the stock market. All that is to say is that it is easier now. It is easier today for Bitcoin to go from $100,000 to $500,000 than it was for Bitcoin to go to $5,000 to $100,000 last cycle. It's easier today. Why? Because there's less Bitcoin to trade. There's less Bitcoin to trade, and there's much more financial products that are supporting the spot market, and you don't have all this paper Bitcoin. I mean, paper Bitcoin exists. Don't get me wrong. It's still out there, but it's not like it was last cycle. It's way easier now than it was last cycle. And a lot of people, fall into the trap of thinking, oh, there's no way. It's, the law of diminishing returns. I believe this cycle will be the first cycle in our, the first cycle to break the law of diminishing returns. If you believe in the adoption cycle of technology and how adoption cycle of technologies go in an S-curve, then you also believe that the law of diminishing returns for Bitcoin will go away. And I actually think that that's going to happen this cycle. I think it's going to happen in the next few months. All right, let's just catch up with the chat here. Hello from Belgium. We love Canadians. Oh, nice. We like Belgium. When pullback? 150. Or we just had it. Yeah, I mean, the pullbacks, they're going to be shallow until we're at a new impulse, a new all-time high. The pullbacks are going to be quick and shallow. So don't get, if anybody's waiting for a pullback to 96, sorry, it already pulled back to 96. You might get a pullback maybe to 99, but honestly, I wouldn't hold my breath. Why you stream in EU-friendly time? I just stream wherever I am, kind of in the morning. It's random. Wherever I am, it's 10 a.m. here. 10 a.m. is usually where I stream. Wherever I am in the world, I try to stream around 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Sometimes it works for the EU. Sometimes it doesn't. So let's break it down. 2028 will be more crazy after the halving with more demand, and 2032 halving will be even more crazier. No, it has nothing to do with the halving. It has to do with the available capital on exchange. The halving honestly doesn't really do anything anymore. The halving did have a lot of effect in the earlier days, but that's not the supply issue. The supply issue is the fact that people are buying Bitcoin and then they're hodling it. Or Michael Saylor is buying Bitcoin and putting it into MicroStrategy, into a treasury that doesn't sell it. If you start to see more and more companies adopt a Bitcoin treasury where they really have no intention to sell, you've removed that Bitcoin from the trading supply, the circulating supply. And the more you remove that those sats out of circulation, the easier and more reflexive it is for the price to move. Both up and down, by the way. Both up and down. But in a bull market, obviously, we're going to go up. In a bear market, it'll go down. It just adds volatility, period. But yeah, it's just there's so many more long-term institutionalized entities that are holding Bitcoin with no, at least they say they have no intent to sell. And when you look at the on-chain metrics, sorry, I don't have it pulled up. I'll have it ready for next stream with some of these on-chain analytics that we can look at. But there's less Bitcoin. There has not been so little Bitcoin available for trade since 2018. And it's in a downtrend. So there's less and less Bitcoin available on exchanges, available in the open market every single day. It has nothing to do with the halving. I love Canadians except for Trudeau. Yeah, we got rid of him. Replace him with a central banker, though. So, ugh. Thank God I don't live in Canada anymore. I suspect that we might never get a real bear market ever again. More like pullbacks. I'm not sure I'm that optimistic. I am incredibly bullish here, and I'm, getting people really excited with the notion of all-time high breaks happening this month. But I also think that there's a lot of complacency building in the market, and there's always a correction on complacency. I think that if anything, and this is the unpopular part of my opinion, everybody likes it when I say, yeah, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million, but they don't like it that when I say, well, after it goes to $1 million, I think it's also going to go into an 8-year bear market or a 10-year bear market. Now, one step at a time, Those two are very highly correlated, by the way. For us to have a 10-year bear market, Bitcoin has to go to $1 million and get really, really, really overbought. All right. We promised Monero, and we stick to our promises. So we're going to shift gears a little bit, go into the altcoins. Before we get into altcoins, let's just quickly take a look at Bitcoin dominance, because it's been moving and shaking. We've seen some nice little pullbacks here in Bitcoin dominance. It's not altcoin season yet. Yeah, I'm super patient with this, guys. A lot of people are trying to front run the idea of Bitcoin altcoin season. There's no point. There's really no point. You're either in Bitcoin or you're in altcoins. You're either in Bitcoin and Bitcoin is going up, or you're in altcoins and Bitcoin's going up and altcoins are going down. Like, wait for the tide to shift. Wait for the momentum to be in your favor. Yes, we had a couple red bars here on the weekly chart for Bitcoin dominance. But it is not altcoin season yet. It's not altcoin season just yet. It's getting close, though. It's getting really close. Like I've said before, I expect it to kick in June, and that hasn't changed. I expect the real red bars to start coming in June. All right. Now we can take a look at Monero. XMR. Do I not have it on the watch list? I should. Thought I did. Maybe I don't. XMR. I'm going to start off on the Bitcoin chart just to prove a point that it's not altcoin season just yet. We'll go Monero Bitcoin. Monero Bitcoin actually doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. But still hasn't created, so there's a pretty clear line in the sand that we need to overcome here. There's a pretty clear support/resistance flip we got to get on top of. Until we're above this resistance point, we're still in a downtrend. We're still in a downtrend in Sats terms against Monero. So you don't buy downtrends, you buy uptrends. Be patient. This chart will look very different in June, and it might be a good opportunity to buy in June while the momentum's there. It's up to you. I mean, if you want to try and nail the bottom, it's entirely plausible that this is the bottom. The fact is, we just don't have confirmation of that. I would much rather pay for confirmation than take a stab in the dark and say, yeah, that's the bottom. I'm fully in Monero. That's just me. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at the dollar pair. XMR USD. We bought Monero when it got delisted from Binance. Everybody was freaking out about Monero getting delisted from Binance. We're up 200% on that trade. Happy days. Looking really good. So this is a fabulous chart. This is a fabulous, fabulous chart. Monero, it looks really good. I am not going to lie. Like, Monero looks fantastic here. This is a breakout of a long-term accumulation. This accumulation has been consolidating for 1,000 days. So we have 1,000 days of accumulation and a pretty strong signal that this thing is breaking out. So even though it's not necessarily cooperating on the Bitcoin pair, it's running into resistance on the Bitcoin pair. Dollar pair looks fantastic. Looks really good. $347 for the price of Monero. Looking good. Green diamond flashing on the 15 for which asset? What are we talking about? Are you familiar with Elliot Wave theory? Do you see a case for us having completed a 5-wave sequence in a 3rd wave extension? Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, Jasper. No, I don't trade Elliot Wave. Am I aware of it? Yes. It's too interpretive for me. I like definitive answers. And those definitive answers can be wrong. But the problem with, I mean, even Wyckoff is very interpretive. Wyckoff and Elliot Wave, it's like, oh, well, maybe this is the extension, or maybe this is an ABC correction. It's too interpretive. It's not for me. It works for some. It works for many. I mean, every strategy works for somebody. You know, that's why there's so many different strategies, so many different ways to look at the market. Elliot Wave's not for me. Couldn't tell you, don't care. I would much rather just get my definitive answers from a moving average cross. Like, for example, with alphanumetrics, when we take a look at the price of Bitcoin, turning alphanumetrics on, going to the daily chart. Like, I don't care what the fuck the wave is. We have our own wave. We have our own Bitcoin wave. We have our bull market wave, not an Elliott wave. We got our green wave and our red wave. When the wave is green, it's time to go. That's it. Simple. It usually, on average, when this wave flips from red to green, you get a 60% move. So with that in mind, on average, and not always, there is no such thing as always, you know, a 60% move puts us where? Brings us up to 150. The area of interest for us. So we'll see. We'll see. But no, I don't follow Elliott Wave. For you to be, and I'm not poo-pooing it, by the way, okay? You can totally do whatever it is that you want to do. The important thing is to find a strategy that works for you. And once you've found the strategy that works for you, just lean into that. Don't fucking, you know, like, if somebody is making money doing something over here and you go and try to adopt it, it's not your strategy. It's not going to work for you. Spend time in the market, identify what setups you like to look for and what setups you like to see and how those setups generally perform, and just double down on those. Like 2 or 3 setups, that's it. Like, that should be your entire trading portfolio, 2 or 3 setups. So I've got RSI on lower time frames, RSI divergences. I've got alphanumetrics, and honestly, that's it. A Wyckoff sometimes when it's applicable. So those are my 3. I use one rarely, I use one all the time, and I use another one rarely. 150 is my top target. That is the temporary top target on its way to another 10x from there. 15-minute green diamond on Bitcoin was a great trade for the last few weeks. 100%. Yeah. Let's see what it's looking like. We got a 15-minute green diamond. What do we got? What do we got? Yeah, that was a good setup. Yeah, that was it. That one nailed. Boom. That was a fantastic setup. Fantastic buy. Here, a couple fake outs, but finally resolved. You got it. Would have been nice to take the div. There's definitely a div here. Yep. Yeah, those low time frame green diamonds are good. They're good right now. When you're in a strong uptrend, they're fantastic. When you are in a downtrend, don't believe them. Yeah, the green diamonds on the 1 hour. Yep. Boom. Nailed the bottom. Boom. Nailed the bottom. Yeah, those were good. Those were beauty. Nailed the bottom. Small trade. Nailed the bottom. Fantastic trade. All right. Is it shill time? It's time to shill. Guys, if you aren't already in the Discord server, what are you waiting for? It's free. I'm going to make it a little bit easier to get into the Discord because, come on, where are my tabs? Where are my tabs? What am I doing here? Lost in the sauce here. Lost in the sauce. There we go. Go to blackbox.pro, BLKBöX.pro, and get your free Bitcoin trading bot. You can trade our, the bot that we just talked about, the investment bot, Alphanumerics. The Alphanumerics trading strategy is our long biased market cycle strategy where we buy the bull markets and sell the bear markets. We have that automated and for free inside of blackbox.pro, so go and get set up for that. That also has some of the best buys in the game. These green diamonds, these weekly green diamonds, nail the bottom of the bear market. Now, there's no point in talking about bear market right now. We have plenty of bull market ahead of us. But when the bear market comes around, you're definitely going to want to be set up on that. So go to blackbox.pro, go check it out. Like I said, everything is free. All that we ask is if you do take a trade, take it on one of our partnered exchanges. We're currently partnered with BitGet, Bybit, and Blowfin. They all have their respective sign-up bonuses as well, up to $50,000 for free. You can get $50,000 in sign-up bonuses for BitGet, $30,000 for Bybit, and I believe $10,000 for Blowfin. Blowfin is non-KYC for those interested. You don't need to share any of your personal information with Blowfin. The exchange is a little bit limited in my experience. I much prefer BitGet. BitGet is KYC, but they've got much more products available. So pick your poison, and then that'll get you into the Discord where we are trading. We're hanging out. We're dominating the bull market, getting into early projects, trading Bitcoin on leverage, all the fun things. Join the thriving community. How many people work on the Black Box team? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people. 8 people at Black Box. We're growing. We're growing. All right. Monero looks fantastic. Like it's good. Looks great. What else can we take a look at? How's it? Even Ethereum showing a comeback. My God, I never thought it would come back. Ethereum is dead. Let's be real. Ethereum is absolutely dead. Sorry. It's toast. It's cooked. But that doesn't mean that it can't have a nice little bull run. I just don't think it's not going to come up to these highs. I don't think it's going to make it to 8 million sats per ETH. I think it'll probably make it to like 5, maybe 6 million sats per ETH, putting in a new macro lower high for the market cycle top. But we're way down here at 2 million sats per ETH. Plenty of upside, massive upside. This is against Bitcoin, by the way. So if Bitcoin 5x's, this can, 10x, 15x, 20x. Need more viewers? We got 45 people watching. By the way, guys, do me a favor. Help get this video out to more people. Like, subscribe, do all the things. If you're watching on Twitter, you know what to do. Like it, follow me on Twitter, retweet if you would be so kind. Help get this content out to more viewers. We don't monetize the channel. So you shouldn't be getting ads, by the way. We don't monetize the channel on YouTube. We don't monetize the channel on Twitter or X. We don't take paid ads. The only way that we make money is with the exchange commissions. That's it. We give everything away for free. We get a small commission on the volume that you trade. These are fees that you are paying regardless, by the way. So it's at no extra cost to you. When we say free, we mean it. It's 100% free. If you trade on an exchange, you pay fees. The fees with all of our partners are standard fees across the board. So it comes at literally no cost extra to you. And that's the way we keep the lights on. Why that is important is it keeps the incentives aligned. There's too many shills in the crypto space. There's too many people taking paid, they're getting paid in tokens and they're shilling the token and dumping on you. It's a really predatory space. Think what you want to think about the ethics of cryptocurrency exchanges. When you are a content creator in this space, there's only so many avenues you can go down. Most of them are scammy as fuck. This is the least scammy option. And yeah, so that's it. We give you our unbiased approach to the market at all times. Never, our words are never paid for. Long story short, words never paid for. Have you taken a look at Sol? No, we got to take a look at Sol. How's Sol doing? Sol BTC, slow. What I'm looking for in Sol is to break this downward sloping line of resistance. This is where it accelerates. So, you know, if you want it to be cheeky and sneaky, you could buy here. But for me, I'm much more interested in buying a breakout of the downward sloping line of resistance. Like I said, I've said it multiple times, like, could that be the bottom? Yes, it absolutely could be the bottom. But me personally, I'm long Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing great. I don't need to be greedy. I will wait to pay for confirmation that we are indeed in a continuation pattern, that we are indeed heading to higher levels and that the momentum is on our side. And then I will take a position in Sol. I'm not going to front run it. That's just me. But, you know, this totally could be the bottom too. So it's up to you, dealer's choice. But, you know, I got to stick to my plan. I got to stick to my rules. What's your favorite hardware wallet, by the way? I have almost all. The favorite is BitBox 2.0. The worst experience I had was with Ledger. So my personal favorite is actually the Foundation Passport. I love Foundation devices. If it sounds like you've definitely played a lot with different hardware wallets. I love Foundation. So the Foundation Passport paired with the Sparrow wallet is like the gold standard for Bitcoin self-custody, in my opinion. Definitely check out that combo if you haven't already. The BitBox, I think, is good too. The Cold Card is also fantastic. The Jade, apparently the new one is good. The old one, the camera is literally a potato and it can't scan a QR code worth shit. But as a golden standard, you want that air-gapped device. You want the PSPT signing with an air-gapped device. And the user experience of Passport is top-notch. Top-notch. I like trading with strength too. It's the best way. How's Sui doing? Actually, should we take a look at Sol on the dollar pair? Sol USD. I always focus on the Bitcoin pair first because I feel like that's much more definitive when you're trading altcoins. And this chart honestly looks, it's too risky. It's too risky to buy here when you're looking at the dollar pair. So it's kind of the opposite of what we saw with Monero. Monero looked dicey on the Bitcoin pair and the dollar pair looked great. This one looks dicey on the dollar pair and the Bitcoin pair looked like it has potential. All right, now let's take a look at Sui. Sui, we keep it really simple with Sui. Taking a look at Sui on the Bitcoin pair. When we're above this line, we're bullish. When we're below this line, we're bearish. We're consolidating basically right at the line. So what does that mean? It means we're neutral. Do we need to write neutral in there? Nah, we'll just keep it like that. So we're not quite bullish on Sui. Sonic, how are we looking on Sonic? Sonic's still trading inside of its range. I think any dip to the bottom of this range would be a good buy for Sonic. Track. You know, we're big fans of ordinals over on this channel. Regardless of all the spam filter op return drama happening with Bitcoin Core, we still like them ordinals. We still like that DJing, those DJing coins. And Track fundamentally is building. I think Hypermall is going live either today or tomorrow. So that'll be exciting. We'll get to see a pretty slick DeFi application on the TAP network, which is built on top of Bitcoin. So maybe we're in the early days of DeFi on Bitcoin. It's coming. But yeah, we're not excited about it yet. Where are we? We're below the excitement line. Until we break above the excitement line, we will remain conservative. Fractal Bitcoin, 20% on the day, but from what? Look at this atrocious disaster. Disgusting. Yeah, this was basically a rug. I was bullish when I was bullish at the beginning, and that's a rug. I have some somewhere, but my God, it's gone now. I mean, I got the token somewhere, but I should probably buy some just to average down. It's pretty much flatlined, but yikes, bad investment. So yeah, I'll still buy some, but I don't know. That's just to average down. When you lose 90% of something and you just hold a bag, it's pennies. It's pennies for you to double your position. You should at least double or triple your position. Not how much money did you put in, just how many tokens do you have? Double it or triple it, and then you're far better off when the recovery does eventually come. You can exit much more gracefully. Can you take a look at HBAR? Yeah, HBAR. HBAR. It's a tricky one to take action on. Is there a longer chart? Yeah, it's a tricky one to take action on. I would want to see some sort of a double bottom here. So, fantastic move. Beautiful move. I want to see some sort of a double bottom. It's not a clear buy for me. If it takes this out, you could probably be pretty safe. If you get a weekly candle close above that level, you're probably pretty safe to take a position. But here in no man's land, no, I want to come back down. I think maybe even a bounce off the 200 would be a nice move. No bueno. But this one will do well. This cycle. So much hype around HBAR. Take a look at Mudang. Mudang is still a thing. Damn. This seems unnatural. This seems a little scammy. I would proceed with caution on that one. This is very pump dumpy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that literally just retraces all the way back down and never comes back. I don't know. My gut is telling me that this might just be a pump and dump. So the pump and dump, they work in teams, right? You get these teams of individuals with large sums of money, and they organize collectively to get all of these bots, because there's a ton of bots in crypto now. There's a ton of bots that are just scanning Solana, scanning Ethereum, scanning everything, and they're looking for unusual blips of volume, and the bots just automatically go there. So like they're all automated, like seeking high volume situations. So what these pump and dump groups will do is they'll trick the community, they'll trick the bots, and then they will just create a FOMO situation where a bunch of people come in, and then they take profits. So I just get real pump dumpy Pump and dump vibes from this one personally. Could be wrong, but that's, to watch it do this and then out of nowhere just immediately do that just seems a little fishy to me. Just a tad sus. Just a tad sus. Let's see how MicroStrategy is doing. As expected, as predicted, as said on our stream. Heading up to new highs, breaking out. Super tight rally too. What about GME? We got any action on GME yet? They shit the bed on their Bitcoin accumulation. God, I gotta stop swearing. It doesn't look bad. Excuse me, doesn't look bad. How about gold? Gold taking a little bit of a pullback. That is just signaling to me investor confidence. Excuse me. I should mute when I do that. Didn't mean to sneeze in everybody's ears. That's fun, right? There. How many rate cuts do you see this year? Will it affect the crypto market? Will quantitative easing start again? I think we'll see this year probably one or two. It depends. With Jerome Powell at the wheel, expect super conservative rate cuts. Now, I don't necessarily think we need rate cuts to see a bull market here in Bitcoin because of everything that's developing on the stock market side. Listen, MicroStrategy's strategy is making waves in the traditional space. It doesn't matter that, retail isn't here because a company can just announce a Bitcoin treasury and they could start issuing debt and they can build up their treasury and they can drum up all this business that could potentially raise their market cap to get them into the NASDAQ, potentially raise their market cap to get them into the S&P. And then it's just the flywheel starts turning. You're going to see some of the stocks, like the 10 stocks at the bottom of these lists, the 10 stocks at the bottom of the NASDAQ and the 10 stocks at the bottom of the S&P. You're going to start to see these other companies spin up Bitcoin treasuries because it's going to mean a flood of liquidity if they can get into those indexes. The indexes are weighted. It's a weighted index that just automatically, when somebody buys the S&P, boom, you get some money put into your share price. They are great for companies to get into. And if any of these Bitcoin treasury companies get in, you're just going to see a frenzy of all of these other companies going harder on Bitcoin to try and get into the S&P, to try and get into the NASDAQ. And it's going to create a mania. You're going to see a full-blown mania. So rate cuts aside, obviously it'd be nice, but rate cuts aside, we're still setting up for a massive bull market in Bitcoin because of this strategy that so many companies are going to do in an attempt to get limitless funding from one of these indexes. That's my theory anyways. GME diluted shareholders to buy BTC even though they were sitting on a fat cash position. Yeah, it won't matter. It won't matter. When the right conditions come into the market, all that shit, it's going to look like a genius move. It's going to look like a genius move when they do that. How we doing on the S&P? Guys. Oh, God, it hurts to be so right so often. Man, it's just, do you guys ever just get so tired of being right all the time? It's painful. It's painful. Some people can't hack it, but I've been built different. I'm built to be correct all the time. For those who can't pick up on my dry sense of humor, yes, I am excited that I called continuation of the S&P, but obviously, you know, I'm being a little trolly right now. NASDAQ, same sitch. We're going for all-time highs. This month, this is the clip part. This is the part that I'll turn into a YouTube short. This month, the S&P will be at a new all-time high by the monthly close. The NASDAQ will be at a new all-time high. Bitcoin will be at a new all-time high, and gold will be in a consolidation. Do you see Apple, Microsoft, or Alphabet buying Bitcoin one day? Absolutely 100% for Apple, because it's too easy. Once it gains popularity, it's too easy to just add crypto functionality to their wallet. So as a result of that, I think they would be stupid not to hold it. They're going to be running a node anyways. They may as well run a node. They may as well own some Bitcoin. They may as well organize Lightning channels. So 100% with Apple, in my opinion. Microsoft, same thing. They just got to keep up with the times. I know that Bill Gates doesn't really agree with it, but it doesn't matter what he thinks. It's what the market wants. And if there's market demand for it, which I think there will be, then yeah, absolutely. Google, I don't really know where they fit in, but you know, if there's money to be made, you know that Google's going to be there. It's just a matter of will it be one of their products, or will it just be a treasury strategy play to like hold their dominance in the index? Not sure. Butterfly doji on the daily for the S&P. Yeah. Doji just means indecision. So we could get continuation, not today, but tomorrow. Doji is simply indecision. Here was Doji, didn't know what to do, broke out big. How's Sui doing? We did take a look at Sui. Might have to rewind a little bit. And we're coming up on the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. So I think we're going to wrap things up here. If you guys haven't already done so, please leave us a like. Do us a favor. Leave us a like. Do all the things, the algorithm things. Nobody's a noob here. You know what to do. And then go check out blackbox.pro, BLKBöX.pro, and sign up for your free Bitcoin trading bot. We have investment bots. We have leveraged futures trading bots. The futures trading bots, we're entering a pretty exciting market condition for those. In my opinion, you know, go and do your own research on the bots. You know, feel free to ask questions on the different bots and what they do. But I think the winning bot moving forwards is going to be Bullbox. So definitely get some exposure to the AMX Bullbox strategy. I think that one's going to be a real winner, because it's so tuned for holding big long upwards swings. So that'll be a good one. Yeah. And then come say hi into the Discord. So thank you all for joining in, and we will see you guys probably tomorrow. My schedule isn't going to be super consistent just because I'm doing a lot of bouncing around, visiting family, yada, yada, yada. But at least I have it set up now. Sorry that the audio is not fantastic. That will be rectified in the coming weeks. But until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.